Hello children, good morning. Was that a surprise for you? Did you enjoy that? Yes. Music plays a very important role in our life, right? Whenever our moods are not good, music is the one which is going to make us feel really very happy, right? I think all of you will agree with that. So in this lesson, The Sound of Music, we are going to know about two very famous people who did very well in the music. Okay, the first one is Evelyn Glennie, and what's her problem? She listens to sound without hearing it. What is that listening without hearing it? Yes, there's a big question mark in your doubts. Let us go through that and then we will see what is there. Now, God may have taken her hearing, but He has given her back something extraordinary. What we hear, she feels far more deeply than any of us. That is why she expresses music so beautifully. So, what is that introduction is telling about? God has taken away her hearing capacity. She cannot listen, but she listens to everything, not just through our ears, but through entire body. She feels the sounds, and that's the reason she plays the music really very wonderfully. Now, rush hour crowds jostle for position on the underground train platform. A slight girl looking younger than her 17 years was nervous yet excited as she felt the vibrations of the approaching train. It was her first day at the prestigious Royal Academy of Music in London, and daunting enough for any teenager fresh from a Scottish farm. But this aspiring musician faced a bigger challenge than most. She was profoundly deaf. So she was a deaf girl, and now she was eagerly waiting at the platform, on the platform to catch the train. And how is she? She was 17 years old, but she is looking younger than 17 years old, and she was very nervous because that was her first day at the Royal Academy of Music in London. Okay, that was really very famous institute, and then she was going to perform there, and then that was really a big challenge for a fresh from a Scottish farm, a village background. So but this aspiring musician faced a bigger challenge. It's not just going there and playing that in that Royal Academy, but she's facing a bigger challenge. What was that? She was deaf. She can't listen. Evelyn Glennie's loss of hearing had been gradual. Her mother remembers noticing something was wrong when she was 8 years old. Evelyn was waiting to play the piano. They called her name and she didn't move. I suddenly realized she hadn't heard, says Isabel Glennie, who was mother. So she was very, she was not deaf by birth. She was really very good, and her hearing capacity slowly got reduced, gradually reduced. And her mother, Isabel Glennie, came to know when she was 8-year-old girl, and she was called to play the piano, but her name, she didn't listen her name. Then she realized that there was some problem with her. For quite a while, Ellen managed to conceal her growing deafness from friends, teachers, and teachers. But by the time she was 11, her marks had deteriorated and her headmistress urged her parents to take her to a specialist. It was then discovered that her hearing was severely impaired as a result of gradual nerve damage. They were advised that she should be fitted with a hearing aids and sent to a school for the deaf. Everything suddenly looked black, says Evelyn. So, Evelyn, everything suddenly looked black. Why did she feel that everything looked black? Because her doctors told that her hearing capacity is really very bad. So why did mother took her to the hearing specialist doctor? Because she really started getting very less marks in the exams, and that's why the headmistress called her and told her to take to that. And doctors told after testing her that she needs the hearing aid, and after that she has to go to a school where deaf are there. So everything looked very black because she really wanted to play the music. But Evelyn was not going to give up. She was determined to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. One day, she noticed a girl playing a xylophone and decided that she wanted to play it too. Most of the teachers discouraged her, but percussionist Ron Forbes spotted her potential. He began by turning two large drums to different notes. Don't listen through your ears, he would say. Try to sense it some other way, says Evelyn. Suddenly I realized I could feel the higher drums from the waist up and the lower one from the waist down. So everybody, when she saw one girl playing xylophone, she wanted to learn that. And she went to a teacher to learn that. So what happened? Everybody rejected because she could not listen, but she was not going to give up. Then one day she met Ron Forbes, who was percussionist, means who will play drums. Then he called her and he told that don't listen the music as everybody was listening. Start to feel the music. Then as he was telling, she didn't understand first, but slowly she could understand that how when he was playing the drums, she could feel that the higher drum of the waist up will be there, and then the lower part also she could feel that from the waist down, the drums which were really very low. So Forbes repeated the exercise, and soon Evelyn discovered that she could sense certain notes in different parts of the body. So slowly she understood that she could listen everything very properly because of the sound they were producing. Each part will be produced in some different way. I had learned to open my mind and body to sounds and vibrations. The rest was sheer determination and hard work. So the problem was there till she could feel the sounds through her body. So when she started feeling that, everything was very normal. She never looked back from that point onwards. She toured the United Kingdom with a youth orchestra, and by the time she was 16, she had decided to make music her life. She auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music and scored one of the highest marks in the history of the Academy. She gradually moved from orchestral work to her solo performances. At the end of her 3-year course, she had captured most of the top awards. So she could get many awards at that very young age only, after completing the 3 years course. And all for this, Evelyn won't accept any hint of heroic achievement. If you work hard and know where you are going, you will get there. And she got right to the top, the world's most sought after multi-percussionist with a mastery of some 1,000 instruments and hectic international schedule. So she did not feel it's my achievement. What is it she was telling? Once you have that kind of desire that you want to achieve, if you know where you are going that, then you will definitely reach that, and only hard work is then what is needed. So it is intriguing to watch Evelyn function so effortlessly without hearing. In our 2-hour discussion, she never missed a word. Men with bushy beards give me trouble. She laughed. So, though she could not listen, when she was looking at others, she could very well listen to each and every word, whatever they were speaking. So, she told one problem. What was the problem? That people with beards, she can't listen because she is not listening through her ears. She is moving with the lip, listening to when the lips are moving, when the people are talking. So, she told that was the problem, and she did not miss even one word also when that in the 2-hour conversation. So, she is Evelyn. It is not just watching the lips, it is the whole face, especially the eyes. She speaks flawlessly with a Scottish lilt. My speech is clear because I could hear till I was 11, she says, but that doesn't explain how she managed to learn French and master basic Japanese. So she told it's not just the lips, it is the entire face that she will be observing when she was talking. So my speech, I am able to speak very well because I did not become deaf by birth. It's slowly. So I used to listen carefully, and then that's the reason I could speak. But that won't give us the reason because afterwards she had learned French and she had mastered even Japanese language also after she became deaf. So that explanation will definitely not go with that. As for music, she explains, it pours in through every part of my body. It tingles in the skin, my cheekbones, and even in my hair. When she plays xylophone, she can sense the sound passing up instinct into her fingers. By leaning against the drums, she can feel the resonance flowing into her body. On a wooden platform, she removes her shoes so that the vibrations pass through her bare feet and up to her legs. So, the way she starts feeling the music is very important. It's not just one part, entire body, she could feel that kind of music. So, that's the reason she takes all the precautions before she was going. She won't wear slippers so that she can feel that through her feet, the resonance and everything. Really a lot of hard work is needed and determination is needed to reach that kind of level, right? Not surprising, Evelyn delights her audience. In 1991, she was presented with a Royal Philharmonic Society's prestigious Soloistic of the Year award. Says Master Percussionist James Blades, God may have taken her hearing, but He has given her back something extraordinary. What we hear, she feels far more deeply than any of us. That is why she expresses music so beautifully. So this is the one what was given as an introduction part, and that was told by James Blades. Evelyn confesses that she is something of a workaholic. Workaholic means people who work continuously, who can't take rest at all. I have just got to work often harder than classical musicians, but the rewards are enormous. Apart from the regular concerts, Evelyn also gives free concerts in prisons and hospitals. She also gives high priority to classes for young musicians and Mitchell of Beethoven Fund for Deaf Children says she is a shining inspiration for deaf children. They see that there is nowhere that they cannot go. So everything is easy because deaf people started taking inspiration from her, and that's the reason she gave classes. Even she took very much important, felt it is very important for her to give classes to youngsters because she wants them to take inspiration from her. Especially these deaf people, they started feeling that we need not worry that we are deaf. We can go wherever we can aim high and we can easily reach that place. Evelyn Glennie has already accomplished more than most people twice her age. She has brought percussion to the front of the orchestra and demonstrated that it can be very moving. She has given inspiration to those who are handicapped, people who look at her and say, if you can do it, I can. And not the least, she has given enormous pleasure to millions of people. So, in this orchestra, these drums and all that were there at the end. Now she is the one who brought that in the front, playing drums and then giving it the front place and made the people enjoy that kind of music. If she can do it, everybody can do it. That's how the people used to take the inspiration from her. I think, children, this is the lesson, and I want all of you go through this part and answer all the questions. Okay? Thank you. After listening so much about Evelyn, don't you feel like listening to her music? Here it is.